Hello, I hope everyone's well. For those who haven't seen me before, my name's Jo. A couple of years ago now, I sold my house and bought a 30-acre field, and I'm now trying to build a small-scale poultry farm here. This week has been a week of problems, never-ending problems this week. It's been a tough one. I've got poor Harry, my dog. He's hiding in between those chicken coops looking for rats. He's been at the vets. He spent the day at the vets on Wednesday. He had a general anaesthetic. He's just not been well, but we don't really know why. I got the worst call on Wednesday afternoon. They suspected he had osteosarcoma, which my last Rottweiler friend Tyler died from. So yeah, that was upsetting. However, they x-rayed all the main joints where it would usually be. So his shoulders, his hips, his knees, his elbows and his wrists. And happily they couldn't find any tumours there. That doesn't mean he's all clear. Have to be realistic. Osteosarcoma can just hide anywhere, unfortunately, in any bone. The next step would be to get a full CT scan. But we are going to try some other options first. The reason they're looking into this is because his liver enzymes are really high. And they just keep going higher. They've always been high. He's always been higher than normal, his baseline. But they're creeping up, and there's a reason for that. We just don't know what it is. So the next thing we're testing for is Cushing's disease. He's not the easiest dog to treat for the vets. Because he's had so much veterinary treatment. He used to be fine, but he's had so much veterinary treatment, and unfortunately when it came to treating his legs, because he had a calcareous growth in one of his shins, and that was attached to a ligament and causing him pain, and that was quite painful treatment. And ever since then, although it's much better now and he's fine with that, he's never quite forgiven the vets for that. So he can be quite challenging. So testing for Cushing's disease, sorry, my arm's getting tired. Testing for Cushing's disease isn't that easy with him, because it would usually be a blood test followed by an injection, followed by another blood test a couple of hours later. Harry is not a dog to take kindly to having blood tests these days. And he can't be like sedated and under a general anaesthetic for hours whilst they wait to do the second blood test. So that's kind of ruled out at the moment. We'll battle through it if we have to, but he's 54 kilos of dog, because we weighed him, so he's 54 kilos of dog. And he's a strong, powerful dog, and whilst he doesn't mean harm to people, he does voice his displeasure at having needles stabbed in him, which I don't entirely blame him for. But no, that wouldn't be practical. So we're going to go for a urine sample first. It wouldn't surprise me if he does have Cushing's. He has been on quite long steroid treatments over the years with his inflammatory bowel disease. It wouldn't be a great diagnosis, but it is maintainably treatable, if that makes sense. We can maintain his standard of living. Well, we can't cure it. But that would obviously be a lot better than osteosarcoma, which was the other option. So yeah, that was a really rough day on Wednesday. Very pleased to have him home. He's still not quite himself yet, but yeah, pleased to have him back here. On top of that, I'm having a problem with the planners. They're being excessively difficult at the moment. But we'll go through that another day. I'm not up to talking about that yet. And then I've had all my seedlings eaten by rats, and now I found my chickens out twice today, this morning, and I could not figure out what was going on, but I think I've sussed it out now. So they're all here lying like butter wouldn't melt at the moment, enjoying the sun and having a bit of a dust bath. But this is my lot that are getting out. You can see there's a spare chicken there outside the runs, and another one there. I could not for the life of me figure out what on earth. He's being a demon as well. I've already had 2 Betty attacks today. I couldn't work out what on earth was going on. Their coop is secure, their doors are bungeed, so no chickens climbing 5 feet up to under a bungee cord. There's no gaps, but I finally sussed the problem when I watched them coming out. I've been waiting for a chicken to move out of the way. So where the nest boxes are at the back there is now a hole through the chicken wire. I will go in there at some point well, I'm going to have to go in and fix that. But Mr. Buddy is not being very welcoming today, are you, mate? So it's a relatively... Thank you again. It's a relatively easy fix. I will just staple it back and then get those chickens that are outside back inside. But the problem is this gentleman here. Well, I say gentleman. It's beast. As you can tell from the crowing, he's quite stressed out. He doesn't like his ladies being out of his domain. And his hormones are high. Again, it's spring, it's sunny. They want to do what cockerels want to do. So, yeah, I'm going to go and get my wellies on and some gloves so that I don't lose fingers and toes. And Harry's going to go and have a chat with those chickens and tell them I need to go back inside. Thanks, mate. Get the other one back in as well, that would help me out. The wire's been pushed in, and it's not the chickens that have done this. So my suspicion is that a fox has had a go at getting in there and got in there. Fortunately, I haven't lost any chickens. The coop's pretty secure. And I do make sure they're all locked away at night. So yeah, they're pretty safe. But the fox comes out during the day as well. They don't only do nighttime visits. So we're going to go in and fix this now. As I say, I'm just going to staple it back. And I'm going to get some get some hardware cloth, I think, or some mesh as we call it over here, and get that to cover the hole, just to stop this happening again, because I don't want chickens out all over the place when I'm not prepared for them to be. So sorry, Ari's just having a chat with them, telling them off. So yeah, let's get it fixed. So generally I prefer to do maintenance jobs in the early morning when they're all in bed, because I don't enjoy this process with the cockerels really. This is why the wellies come out. Go on, Bats. Go on. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Are you done? About your superior masculinity. Stop. I'm fixing your coop. Stop it. This is why wellies help, because those beaks are sharp. You done? I want to get this done. Hey, ladies. Well, I know, I'm come to fix it. You don't like them being out, do you? So I've just stapled it shut. Hopefully no more escapees through there. It was a bit scary bending down around Buddy, because I don't want to get bitten in the face or kicked in the face particularly. But hopefully that's that problem sorted. Now I just need to get these chickens back in. As you can see, Harry's very good with them. Another problem dealt with. Don't.